And Ryan, go. So.
Thank you. I just, with the announcement of the 50 basis point drop, like New Zealanders, I think the country are so relieved to see that. But unusual in your report, I thought, was you. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing because it's actually a good direction. Is you're actually saying early next year we could be seeing further drops. I'm just wondering how confident you are in that projection. And you did talk a little bit domestically and some issues that could crop in to actually. And if I think about like the house prices, what are those things domestically that could actually stop that possible drop early next year?
Yeah. So it is good, and the committee, and as expressed by the Governor at the press meeting yesterday, the committee, based on the economic conditions that we're expecting, we would be very confident of being able to cut interest rates again early into the new year. The thing that domestically, if we think about the thing that could stop that is if we continue to see persistence in domestic inflation, and that would largely be as a consequence of the adjustment in price setting and wage setting behaviours not flowing through as we are expecting them to. The good thing that we are seeing is that price setting behaviours are starting to adapt to a lower inflation environment, and that's what we need to continue to see in order for us to be able to continue to that easing cycle.
If I just take you across to the Tasman, to Australia, our cash rates now are very similar, but we seem to be in a better position. Our projections with inflation seems to be better, and I'm just wondering what learning could you take out of that, because it looks like we've got one up on the Australians for once.
Yeah, so the Australian economy is in a very different part of the cycle to us at the moment. They still have relatively tight labour market conditions. Government spending is continuing. Well, it hasn't slowed as a consequence of that, and so growth in that economy is still at a reasonable level. Their core inflation, so headline inflation, may have fallen, but the part of that is a consequence of subsidies on electricity prices. Has been a very big mover for them, and that their core inflation still remains outside of the band, and they have indicated that there is still some way to go before they would feel comfortable to be in a position to say that core inflation's headed in the right direction, and they've got the ability to ease.
I think there's a lot for us to learn from the two different approaches to monetary policy across the Tasman. It kind of cuts to the earlier question, do you think you've overdone it?
Yeah.
We compare what we've done to what Australia's done. It's a wonderful natural experiment for the macro researchers among us. So we'll be looking closely at that over through time as well.
Okay, Megan.
Gee, he was quick.
Yeah.
Didn't really sit down there and say that long on questions on that one.
I mean, I guess he knew what he wanted. Didn't have much to ask.
Yeah, probably when you're that far down the chain.
Well, true. I guess also maybe, some of his questions might have gotten stolen by that point too.
Yeah, that is certainly true.